Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
You're listening to KEMPIRE here on the KEMPIRE Radio Network.
Yes, shimmy. Let me know if you guys could hear me, see me, all that good stuff. We did a test before I left for vacation. Now I'm back in the studio. Happy FRIYAY live. This won't be our typical FRIYAY live because I'm not recapping Beverly Hills. I'm recapping Ladies of London. Both shows have ended. But I do want to talk about Summer House, those last 2 episodes, not in depth. We'll briefly talk about them. We also will talk a little bit about the reunion. I will definitely probably do just maybe a Summer House reunion live. Maybe, if I have the time. And maybe we'll include other things to talk about it. Thank you, Coco. Coco says, hi, Kemp, happy belated. Thank you, all. This is also my birthday live. Come on, birthday live. Yes. Come on now, birthday live. I had all intentions to go live on my birthday, but it just didn't work out that way. What did I end up doing on my birthday? I don't remember. Shopping. I ended up shopping. I didn't realize how much great shopping was in the city that I was in. And if you're part of the KEMPIRE's Inner Circle, then you already know where I was. And you already got a lot of the details. KEMPIRE Inner Circle, I actually have another part 3 of my trip that I'm going to share about some of the things that I did. So make sure you join the Inner Circle, thekempire.com/join. That's thekempire.com/join. You have to go to that link exactly in order to know. But Club Baddies, I haven't forgotten about you. Club KEMPIRE Baddies, I haven't forgotten about you. I know you've been waiting on a good, juicy episode, so I will actually get into more details to my trip and more stuff and more thoughts and opinions and things like that as well. Bonjour, Janelle. Bonjour, Jocelyn. What's going on? Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the birthday love. Thank you. And shout out to those of you that have been booking cameos so you can get some birthday love, too. Just saying. I'm still available. Thank you, Ash. Ash says, I'm enjoying the Inner Circle. I'm enjoying doing it because I feel like it's such a different way. It's almost like a little bit of a personal blog to between the hundreds of us that are a part of it. Here you go, Josh. Josh, when did you turn into Mr. Melanin Magic in the chat? Josh just says, was your birthday a KEMPIRE After Dark moment? No, it wasn't, actually. Oh, it wasn't. Maybe next year? Look. Maybe next year? No, it was more of it was definitely a tourist moment. Shopping. The amount of money I probably spent. Look, where's my little... But I was here for it. I didn't even know this particular city that I went to was a shopping destination, but it turned out for me to be a shopping destination. I had a really good time shopping. I will do a little shopping haul because, I've been doing my Banana Republic shopping haul. I have 2 shopping hauls to drop for you guys. So stay tuned. Follow me on TikTok. Okay, I will eventually drop it here on YouTube, but that's not till later. Foxy, stop laughing. It's sad that it wasn't a KEMPIRE After Dark moment. Look, sad. Maybe I'll go live on TikTok later tonight, too. Yeah, I'm catching up, y'all. I had a meeting with my accountant. I had Pilates this morning. I had to go to the DMV. I have to say, though, I was in there 15 minutes and then I was gone. But just the energy, okay. Josh says earth signs rise. I feel you can. Yeah. Look, shout out to all my earth signs. And shout out to all my Tauruses celebrating a birthday. Jan Jackson's birthday is tomorrow. My childhood best friend's birthday is tomorrow, too. I don't know where he is in the world because we're no longer best friends, but he was like my childhood best friend. May 16th. I just realized that my best friend at one particular point was a Taurus. Because I always say I don't really know a lot of Tauruses anymore. Damn, I didn't realize my childhood best friend was a Taurus. Whatever. Damn. All right, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy, free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. The only reason why I'm doing this live is not to even talk about the hot topics or talk about RHOA or RHORI or anything like that. It mostly was for you guys to have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts. So if you are a senior royal, I've already dropped the call-in link. Royal Court members, I'm going to drop the call link for you guys in just a moment as well. Team KEMPIRE members, I'll drop the call link for you guys as well in just a few, okay? live chat, I will drop the call link for those that want to share their thoughts on this past week's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta or The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, or some of the hot topics that I want to talk about. First of all, I do want to say rest in peace to Archie Bador. Shannon Bador of Real Housewives of Orange County. And he's had such a life. Remember, he was in the car when Shannon drove her car into the people's house. He was in the car. She got out the car. Damn, I'm sorry. This is how my brain works. I'm trying to give you the full story for those that don't remember Archie, okay? May he rest in peace. Archie passed away. Shannon posted this on social media. I remind you that he was in the car at the time of her DUI situation. And then she got out the car, allegedly, I'll say, because I can't remember seeing the police report. She got out the car and tried to pretend like she was walking him. Archie has been through it, okay? Archie's been through it. But I also know a few friends of mine, two of my friends, recently lost their dogs, and they are still going through it about it. So Shannon posted this on social media. What a cute, look at his face. I love a golden retriever. I really love I can't have a golden retriever in my house, though. I'm a little too OCD. Okay? Just the hair of it all, but they're such a loving dogs. They're so cute. Right? So Shannon posted this beautiful picture of Archie on her social media. I kind of figured that Archie was not in the best way because Shannon had posted a couple of weeks before that he wasn't doing well. So Shannon says in a long caption, she says, "Heaven has a new special angel. Archie passed away yesterday, and the girls and I are heartbroken. For the last 10 years, Archie wasn't just my dog. He was my constant comfort, protector, best friend, and truly the real man in my life. I have been through so many highs and lows, and though every good time and every heartache, Archie was always by my side and loved me the same way every single day." That's why people love dogs. Because no matter how you treat them or you're mad at them, they will just come to you with so much love, especially a golden retriever. She says that never judging me and always giving pure, loyal, and unconditional love. I'm so grateful so many fans had a chance to watch Archie grow up. Everyone that got to know him could see his gentle heart and sweet soul. He was loved so much and felt all of it, even winning his Best Appearance award at BravoCon. Stella was able to fly home from Paris, and Archie spent his last day doing his favorite thing, standing in the ocean, sitting in the park, and eating a lot of eating, more than just his usual carrots. One of the most selfless and thoughtful things Archie did was bring Troy into our lives so that we aren't alone. Because she got another dog. Troy continues to look for his big brother, which is heartbreaking. I keep thinking he's just taking a nap, but Archie is now very special angel in heaven and is swimming, running, and playing catch with no more pain. The girls and I are so blessed to have spent 10 years with the most incredible companion anyone could ask for. I'm going to be posting a lot about our handsome boy. There are so many amazing memories, and thank you is not even an accurate phrase to express our gratitude for so many of you that have reached out with your love and support. Please give your animals a hug and kiss for Archie today. Rest in peace to Archie. Rest in peace to Archie. Look at that face. Oh, Archie Bador. All right. In other news, if you missed it, I did do a TikTok yesterday letting you guys know I finally got an opportunity. Ooh, not that. Oops. I got an opportunity to read or listen to Garcelle's new Audible original, Protecting My Peace at All Costs. And I look, like a lot of you are probably going to run to read this book because you want to hear what she has to say about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And it's worth it. But her journey in regards to talking about protecting her peace and how she hasn't over the years and how she learned to do that. And Beverly Hills really was like that cherry on top about learning to protect her peace. She also talks about her divorce, her last divorce from Michael Nylon, and writing that email. It makes me wonder, after listening to this book, whether or not she would have stayed with her ex if she had not already put it out there to his coworkers that he had cheated. He had cheated for 5 years. I always forget about that element. For 5 years, her boys were 3 years old at the time, her twin boys, and they had been trying for 5 years to have those twin boys. So that got a total of 8 years. But he was cheating for 5 years. And they actually co-parent very well. I don't know. Could y'all do it? Look, I don't know. You were cheating on me for 5 years? So she shows a lot of vulnerability, a lot of grace. There are some tears. But as I was listening to this audible on my way back, I said to myself, wow, there are going to be so many women that are going to relate, because she also talks about empty nests and what that's feeling like right now. But I feel like so many people are going to be able to relate to this book about protecting your peace, choosing yourself. If you haven't had an opportunity, this is not paid, okay? Should be though. But if you haven't had an opportunity, it's worth the listen, especially because Garcelle has a very soothing voice too. So if I'm very sensitive to voices. So I'm on plane listening to this. I'm just like, wow. She also talks about Sutton. She does talk about Sutton in the book. And for everyone that thinks that this relationship wasn't real, that it was an alliance, there are so many moments that I was hanging out with Sutton that you guys don't even know about. She also says, I wasn't Sutton's only black friend. She even talks about the black friends that Sutton had, the places in Harlem that people in Harlem that know Sutton. Right? What? So she talks about that friendship, but she also talks about how Sutton basically warned her before the reunion. Wait, do I have the quote? Let me see if I have the quote right here in front of me, because I got to get my Sutton voice, please. Oh, yeah, here it is. Sutton told her right before the reunion, it's everybody for themselves, right? Excuse me? So, of course, Garcelle at the moment is, what you mean? It's everyone for themselves. And that's probably why she was also triggered when everything went down at the reunion. She's probably, okay, I'm already on the fence, because for those that, there was that rumor when she quit that Garcelle was trying to negotiate her contract. Garcelle left, and she still had a year on her contract with NBC Universal. You know what I mean? She reveals that in the book. I don't want to give too much, but it's still the message, the vulnerability, everything that she talks about in the book. I still think that everyone should go and read it. So she says right before the reunion, Sutton already knew that she was on the fence about coming back. They had talked about it. But apparently Sutton, right before the reunion, like the day before the reunion, calls her up and says, it's everybody for themselves, right? Excuse? What is that? I'm sure it was triggering for her when she really felt alone. And she's talked about this before on the show, and she's talked about it in the book, about her feeling lonely. Feeling lonely on this cast, it probably was very triggering for her. She's like, I'm lonely at home. I'm lonely in this job. My person that's supposed to be my friend is not my friend. It's telling it's everybody for themselves, right? Excuse me? So she felt really hurt by Sutton. She really did, because she said that was a real friendship. That was not a friendship for the show. Literally, she says at one particular point, Garcelle says at one particular point, they had when they would have their kids, like the weekends that they would have their kids, they synchronized it so that they would have have their kids together at the same time. They were hanging out with their children. Their children will reach out to her, to Sutton. This was really a hurtful situation for Garcelle. Anyway, I've just given you a little sliver of Garcelle's new book, Audible original. Go download it today. Protecting My Peace at All Costs. I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. I'm so mad that she was here in New York promoting the book the week that I wasn't, because there would have been a conversation. Do you know that there would have been a conversation? But there will be. So be sure to check that out. Again, not sponsored here on the channel, but look, you know what is? Hulu. Shout out to Hulu for sponsoring today's FRIYAY Live. Real talk. You live for reality TV. Every time it gets crazy, gets juicy, gets dramatic, and completely irresistible. And lucky for you, Hulu on Disney Plus does too, with the most unhinged and unmatched library of shows. Period. Turn on larger-than-life docusoaps like Season 4 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and the hit new series Love Thy Nader, featuring superstar model Brooks Nader and her sisters. Obsess over the seasons of iconic dating shows like Love Island UK and Farmer Wants a Wife. Get hooked on irresistible food competitions like Master Chef. Dive into hit game shows like Celebrity Family Feud and revel in show-stopping fashion competitions, including the one and only Project Runway. Whatever it is you're into, Hulu has it all. No filler, no fluff, just thousands of episodes of the very best in reality TV every single day. Because Hulu gets real. Stream now on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply. Thanks, Hulu. Guys, what are you watching currently on Hulu? I'm currently watching The Testaments. Of course, I always watch Abbott Elementary, but they're now on hiatus. There's so many really great content on Hulu, so be sure to check out Hulu. And thank you, Hulu, for sponsoring today's FRIYAY Live. Guys, I'm back in the studio. If you haven't already, be sure to like today's video. Be sure to share today's video. Some people don't realize that I'm live because I posted this late, but if you're part of the replay crew, thank you for being here. Apologies. I'll see you on Monday. Monday, we have a special live happening. Real Housewives of Atlanta recap will include our friends Layla Lynn and Grace Report will be back here on the channel. Excited to have a conversation with them. Oh, Judy watches Living Single in Zootopia on Hulu. Okay, I love that. I didn't realize Living Single was on Hulu. That's good to know. Maybe I'll do a little watch. You know what I started while I was on my birthday trip? Oh, of course, SC. I watched Paradise on Hulu as well. I just finished watching season 2. But during vacation, I was watching Emily in Paris again from the beginning. So I might finish doing that. Even before I went on vacation, I was watching Game of Thrones. But now that I'm back, I think I might finish watching Emily in Paris. Miss Parker says The Testaments is a good watch. It's so good. It's so good. All right. Yeah, they took it off of HBO. Boo. All right, let's get to it. Because, again, I wanted this live to be mostly about the callers that want to weigh in and share their thoughts on what's been going on Real Housewives of Atlanta and on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. But before we get to Rhode Island, because there's some stuff that we need to talk about, I do want to talk about Summer House. Every time I say Summer House, I want to say Summer House Martha's Vineyard, but that no longer exists. I'm sorry. It's true, though. It's true. Did you guys see the reunion looks? Look at this. First of all, they look great as a cast. I watched this week's episode and last week's episode. Watching it, knowing what we know, even if the timeline means it was after filming, did y'all see that hug between Wes and Amanda after Kyle? Look, I know people are trying to rewrite history when it comes to Kyle is a terrible human being, but also very sensitive. He's breaking down. She never has my back. She never has my back. Sir, they should have never gotten married. They should have never gotten married. All right? But they did. And now they're getting a divorce. And I think they will be much happier people for it. But the way that he treated Amanda, no matter how you feel about Amanda, it was not acceptable. However, Amanda in last week's episode talking about how she goes hard for Ciara, how she's going to go hard for Ciara if Wes looks at her the wrong way. Sidebar, speaking of Wes, Ciara, get off the internet. Here's the thing, and I get it. People, the Bravo universe, but this is my platform. I'm going to talk about how I feel. Because I already told you a couple of weeks ago, I didn't like how Ciara was acting all puppy doggish over Wes last week. Again, this was filmed before we knew what we knew. But I can't with Ciara going on the internet alluding that Jen Fessler from Real Housewives of New Jersey may have slept with Wes. I don't even believe it. I honestly, when she said it in the comment section, I was like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I'm not saying that I put anything past Wes. I was just like, okay, now you're coming across like the bitter ex-girlfriend, and I don't want that for you, Ciara. And the only reason why I kind of feel that way when it comes to Ciara and how she's reacting on the internet is because of what we've seen in these last few episodes of Summer House. Because you are now acting like the scorned girlfriend. I want you to have everything. Congratulations on the 1 million new Instagram followers. Congratulations on the new Love Island gig and all the other gigs that are coming. I want better for you, and I need you to want better for yourself. I don't like how you're clapping back on Wes and him and Jennifer. I was just like, I don't know if first of all, I didn't believe it. I really didn't believe it. And Jen Fessler threatened the legal action. She was like, she said that's categorically false. That never happened. She's also a married woman. But I think Ciara knows that the Bravo universe will take any of this stuff and run with it. I wish she wouldn't have said anything at all. Wes is not worth your time, Ciara. He was never worth your time. So I hate the fact that you're even saying anything when it comes. If it's anything to do with Amanda and your friendship, I could understand. But when it comes to Wes, any clapbacks, any slick talk about him, he's not worth it. He's not worth it. Even if it was true, he's not worth it. He was never worth it. But you all googly goggly over him. Oh, my best friend. And what we're watching these last couple of episodes, I'm like, oh my God, Sierra. But I get it. This is how you feel. I don't know why you feel this way about this man, but maybe you see something that we don't. I don't know what she sees, okay? I don't know what she sees. Foxy says, I believe it. Sierra don't lie. But is Sierra, unless Sierra was there in the room, then we don't know if she knows for fact. Just saying. But anyway, this past week's episode, it's so interesting just to kind of see the dynamics based on what we know now, especially between West and Amanda. The way that he was hugging up on Amanda, that hug with Amanda in this week's episode where he was hugging her and then he kissed her head, that wasn't giving very friendly. And I know we don't know for fact whether or not this affair started before, or maybe this was him setting it up. But I'm just like, it was giving very friendly. I was like, wait a minute. Very familiar. So there were a couple of things like that just stood out to me. What also stood out to me, though, was Sierra already acting. Because she said, I want my best friend back. That was never your best friend. I think she wants to justify in her head, Sierra, justify in her head feeling the way that she feels about him. She wants to be with him. She wants to be his girlfriend. She was still very much in love with him because she went from 0 to 1,000 from, okay, we agreed to be friends, but now we're going on a double date. Look, everyone has made stupid decisions in relationships. However, they signed up for a reality show for us to share our opinions on it. And I'm just sitting here, Sierra, no. And I hope for Sierra in the future that she chooses wisely. I want to say this, y'all. Remember I said I wasn't sure about Jesse, but after seeing Jesse with those kids this week, well, after seeing Jesse with those kids this week, I was like, I kind of want to see him and Sierra make something happen, but it's too close to home. There are too many fish in the sea for us to be recycling and rinsing and repeating men in the Summers house. Just saying. I will say this. I saw that Lindsay was clapping back at Michael Rappaport because he was saying that, he was saying that she's irrelevant and that, I forgot what he said exactly because he's irrelevant. But I saw she was clapping back at him. I kind of, Lindsay, and as someone that has watched this show peripherally, I kind of, what I've seen of her, what I don't like this week, and I get it's a reality show and this is why they're involved in people's relationships, but this is a marriage. Amanda and Kyle are married. I was uncomfortable when Sierra was inserting herself. And then when Sierra spilled that tea to Kyle about saying that maybe you guys should separate. And yeah, I talked about this with Amanda. I was like, OMG. If I was Sierra's friend, I'm like, do not involve yourself in someone's marriage. Mind your black business. And I get it. It's a reality show. I didn't like when Lindsay involved herself having this conversation in front of the group. And I get it. Kyle is a perpetual child. He's a grown man baby. Even his reaction, the way that he reacted, hissy fit, screaming, cursing, throwing things, telling Amanda, F you. Mind you, she didn't even say anything. He's just looking at her reaction. Okay? So my frustration this week was the fact that Sierra has been inserting herself and her opinion in someone's marriage. I think you should never do that. It's one thing if it's a relationship, and even then, I wouldn't do it then either. But especially someone's marriage, inserting, oh, this is what I think you and Amanda should do. No, mind your business. Okay? Mind your business. Lindsay, mind your business. But that's me. Okay? Jessica says Amanda lets it happen and smirks. And that's why Kyle got really upset. But these two should have never gotten married. They're emotionally immature. Even the way that they handle these conversations. Mind you, these people are nearly 40, if not 40 already. Have we forgotten? Because I'm watching some of this show, like this week's episode, when they're telling Carl and, what's her name? Brittany? What's her name? The blonde one, the new one. Brianna? Damn. Such non-factors, okay? They're saying like, kids. And I'm thinking to myself, in my friend groups, do we act like this? And I get it. It's a reality show. There's a level of immaturity. I'm just like, I don't think I've ever been to a group event with friends where this is going down. Kiss, 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 kiss. Kyle is 43. Got some good skin. Kyle, you moisturizing or is it just genetics? Everyone always says that Kyle has really good skin. He does. 43. Bailey, damn, I wasn't even. At least I had the B. Her name is Bailey. Damn. This is why I said I don't feel like the newbies that have come on could carry the show next season. I don't believe that. For the most part, I believe Carl is coming back next season. Ciara has said that she has not confirmed that she's coming back next season. I think Ciara will come back next season. I don't want Wes to come back next season. Apparently, they're picking cameras back up for In the City. Oh, sidebar, a Summer House alum, Danielle is pregnant by a married man. What? Well, he's still married, but I don't think he's still with the woman. But I saw in this week's episode, Lindsay has a problem with Danielle because Danielle had a lot of opinions about her baby daddy situation. And feeling, girl, you in the same house with your ex-fiance, pregnant by somebody else. So people were like, wow, Danielle, you had the nerve to have a lot of opinions and now you pregnant by a married man. I don't think the married man's still with the lady, but I don't know what's... Scherzer says, say what now? Yeah. Amar says, send Wes back to St. Louis, please. Please. I'm not interested in Wes. He's such a non-factor. I saw someone on Instagram do an impersonation of him. And I was like, this is such a perfect impersonation. And everyone was like, from the impersonation, they were so annoyed. They were like, just the impersonation alone is annoying. He's such a non-factor in so many ways. Part of me is like, who casted him? But I'm sure the casting director, no, I'm glad I casted him. You see all the drama he's caused? Teresa says, what you say, Cam? Pregnant by a married man? Well, yeah, technically he is married. Okay, what, in the Porsche? See, Kempire, you will not ever get unblocked. Let's see if I'm unblocked yet. Hold on. Please hold. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if Portia's unblocked me yet. Wait a second. Hold on. What did I just open up to? I just saw someone unfollow someone. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Teresa is following Danielle Staub. Is Danielle Staub making an appearance on Real Housewives of New Jersey? I'll get back to you. Let me reach out to some sources. Do you guys want to see Danielle Staub to return for next season? Apparently, Teresa's following Danielle Staub again. They're following each other. Look, Danielle Staub is always a hot mess, so I wouldn't be mad if she came back. All right, where was I looking for? Portia. Let's see if Portia's unblocked me. Please hold. No, still blocked. I find it funny. Calm down. We don't care. Little Miss Sunshine, that's not true. Little Miss Sunshine's Kempire will never be unblocked. Do you not realize the story? First of all, I was unblocked next season. I was blocked on last season, and then she blocked me a few episodes in. Okay. But it's okay, Portia. It's all right. You don't have to unblock me. I just thought maybe we were having a couple of good weeks together. It's okay. It's all right. Hey, it's all right. All right. Still blocked, y'all. All right. Look, Elle Singleton, a lot of you are saying no to Danielle Staub coming back, but Elle Singleton says, thank you for being a member to Elle Singleton. Elle Singleton says, yes, bring Danielle back. She's good reality TV. I kind of want to know what's going on with her. She's been low key, right? A little Miss Sunshine that says, then blocked again. Wow. Thank you. All from me says, welcome back, Kempire. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the birthday wishes and things like that. I appreciate it as well. Do me a favor, though, for my birthday. Can you like the video? I'm just saying. Shamika, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. Shamika says, happy belated Kempire. Hope your vacation was everything. You deserve it. Archie was her ride or die. May he rest in peace. So handsome. Right? I love a good golden retriever. They're so sweet and they're so cute. Miss Parker, thank you. Oh, Miss Parker, $25. Let me shimmy for the $25. Look at y'all. See what I got? This what I have around my neck is one of the purchases that I made while I was away, and it's, what is it called? Oh my gosh, it's smoky quartz. So it's a little bit of protecting and grounding that I got around my neck. Just saying. And I got this before my trip. I got this from David Yurman, the pendant. It's the evil eye with my birthstone emerald. Right. Just saying. All right. Miss Parker says, happy belated birthday. Welcome back, Empire. Happy belated birthday. Thank you, Miss Parker. Miss Parker. All right. Let me get back. All right. That's all I have to say about Summer House. Martha's Vineyard. Summer House. That's all I have to say about Summer House. I do want to say shout out to Jasmine from Summer House Martha's Vineyard, she reached out to me and said happy birthday. So shout out to the real ones. Even when there's shows, that those are the people that you pay attention to. The people, even when they don't have something to market or there a show on the air, but they still are reaching out and still looking out for you and say, hey, how you doing? How you been? So thank you to Jasmine for that. You know what I mean? That's a real one. She didn't have to do that. So Summer House, this is their reunion looks. Who had the best reunion look? First of all, Sierra looks amazing. Midriff is showing. Hair is hairing. Ooh, Mia looks great too. Yeah. Oh, Lindsay looks good too. Lindsay looked really good. When you look at West, you're like, oh my gosh, what is it? And if you've seen the pictures of what's down below, that's not impressive either. But what exactly is it? I'll give it to Amanda. Amanda looks good, but Sierra did that look already. What was it, last reunion? It was the reunion where Wes basically broke her heart. All right. Okay, my best dress are Sierra, Mia. I like Lindsay's look. Amanda, you're just a terrible friend, so I can't give you anything. Just saying. I can't with Dara, though. Something about Dara, y'all. I don't know what it is. She didn't really bring much of anything during the season, to be honest. Okay? I love KJ. I love KJ's vulnerability in this week's episode as well. And it made more sense why he's closer to women and things like that. Look, there's something about her. There's something about her, y'all. I don't know what it is. And it's not because I feel like she's trying to use him to be on the show or something like that. There's something about her. I don't like. The best dressed man I'm going to give to, what's his name? I can't remember none of these people's names. The Australian. What's his name? Damn, you guys will let me know in the chat. I think he's the best dressed man, okay? The worst dressed man is definitely Wes. Wes looks so, what the hell does he got going on? Sababa says, which one is Wes? Wes is the worst dressed one. You take a guess. He's the worst dressed man. You take a guess which one that is based off this picture. OMG. Foxy says, I think Dara is using him. I don't know what it is. Ben, thank you. Ben is the best dressed here. He looks great. Even his pose. Come on, Ben. I don't know if I would have chose those shoes, to be honest with you. I would have probably done something different in regards to the shoes. But a tomato, right? Lindsay looks great. I love that red dress. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Lindsay, Sierra, and Mia. They look the best of the women. Dara looks good, but I don't trust her. I don't know what it is. Exactly. The one with the ill-fitting suit, Ms. Parker says. That one. One Up says, West looked tired. Here's the thing is, I heard he didn't do much of anything at this reunion. He didn't even defend Amanda. Look at Amanda. Oh, wait, pay attention. Are y'all paying attention? Look at the body language between Amanda and West. It's not giving loving. These two are not going to survive this. Was it worth it, Amanda? You loser. Was it worth it losing your one good best girlfriend? Was it worth it? Look at their body language. She's more hugged up on Carl than she is with Wes. Wes looks depressed. The outfit is terrible. Her body language, she doesn't even have her arm near him. They're done. Someone says, One Up says, did Lindsay miss the color scheme? Maybe she didn't care. Was there a color scheme? It seems like they were trying to be a color scheme. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. Because I know you guys want to call in and share your thoughts. So I did drop the call link for Senior Royals. I'm going to drop the call link next for our, our Royal Court members. There we go. Royal Court members. I'm going to drop the call link for you guys as well. For those that want to share your thoughts on this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta or Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I did recap both separately, so I'm not going to share any more of my thoughts. But I have to say, I'm enjoying Rhode Island and I'm enjoying Real Housewives of Atlanta. This girls trip is really interesting. I'll get back to that. Speaking of Real Housewives of Rhode Island, how are you guys enjoying that? because so many of you keep asking me about it. I got a cameo where someone asked me to convince their friend to watch Real Housewives of Rhode Island. And I said, and then I went on a rant for 4 minutes talking about why Rhode Island is good. All right. Oh, damn, you're right, sure, sir. Lexi wasn't in the... I'm shocked you even knew her name. Because I was like, who's Lexi? I just put 2 and 2 together. I used context clues. Okay. Sherson says, y'all, Lexi wasn't in the photo? Bravo did her so wrong. She was at the reunion, though. Because we had the seating chart. See the seating chart? Oh, not the seating chart going... See, there go Lexi at the bottom. She was there. Look, Lexi was there, but apparently not for the group shot? Wow. She won't be back next season. She won't be back next season, which is okay because I won't remember that she was here this season. All right. Royal Court members, I dropped the call link for you guys as well if you want to share your thoughts on Atlanta's latest episode or any of the hot topics that we're talking about. Let's talk about Rhode Island because we had a breaking story. We had a breaking story literally before this live. Alicia, who I've loved on Real Housewives of Rhode Island, she might be in a bad situation, y'all. Alicia might be in a bad situation, y'all. I thought maybe that man that she has been engaged to for 9 years might be a decent man. But according to her, I don't think so. She posted on her IG story. Shout out to our friends over at Bravo Snark Site for capturing this. Alicia Camadri. There we go. She says, asking for a friend. Here's because you know she don't know what she's doing. Alicia says, asking for a friend. Do you think if it's okay if your spouse takes your money and pays bills without asking you? With N, you never see your money or your check. Is she talking about her Bravo check? First of all, lady. Oh, it's Levi? Damn, you mean? Damn, Lexi, Levi. We couldn't figure it out. Anyway, back to this. Back to more important details. So Alicia posted this on her Instagram story, asking for a friend. Do you think if it's okay if your spouse takes your money and pays bills without asking and you never see your money or your check? Her storyline this season on Rhode Island is the fact that she has to ask her fiance for money. But I was happy that she was making her own money now on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Now I'm wondering, is he taking your money too, girl, for the check that you're making on Bravo? Immediately change it and put it in an LLC. Alicia, immediately, expeditiously. So she says, asking for a friend, do you think if it's okay, your spouse, it's not her spouse, her fiance. Now it's confirming for me why she has concerns. Because she's been talking about how her father did her mom, left them homeless after they got the divorce. What? Alicia immediately set up your FU fund, but we said this a few weeks ago. Are you not watching the recaps, Alicia? You should have been set up your FU fund and had the money going there immediately. Or at least for next season, because I don't know if you've already been paid. I'm assuming that you've been paid already. All right. So she wasn't done. Alicia then says, from Real Housewives of Rhode Island, for those that haven't watched it yet, she says, asking for a friend, she's got another question. She probably, you know what, knowing Alicia, because she's a little less than smart. We mean in the best way. Alicia probably thinks this Instagram story is going to voice to text to maybe to one of her friends, and it went to her Instagram story. I would not put it past Alicia. And if you've been watching, you understand what I'm saying. So Alicia then says, asking for a friend, do you think it's normal for someone to put your face and use your image and story for a business that you don't see a dollar from? Because he's probably using her face and image because now she's really popular in Rhode Island. Okay? Popular in Rhode Island. And he's probably trying to use that to market his restaurants and things like that. Come meet Alicia from the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Well, I saw the Bravo docket was in the Bravo Snark Side's comment section, and they said no to both questions. Do you think it's normal for someone to put your face and use your image and story for a business that you don't see a dollar from? Well, you know she's been saying that she has no percentage in the business. Her name is not on the house. I'm concerned for Alicia, y'all. I'm glad she's making her own money now. Alicia, set up an LLC. Have Bravo send your money into that LLC for your next contract. You have a future on this show. Even as a single woman, Alicia, you have a future on the show. You're probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite, on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. You have a consistent check on this show. And you went to school with all these ladies. Come on. Go secure. Savannah, don't you live in Rhode Island, Savannah? Can you get the message out to Alicia? Alicia, leave that man before you end up homeless. Start figuring out your exit plan. That man got nerve. Alicia is a prize. Some of these men on Rhode Island are funny looking, okay? But the women are gorgeous on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Look at these women. And you see their men? None of the men. The only person that maybe matches the pretty here is Jared. Everyone else's man is funny looking. And I can't include Kelsey because Kelsey ain't got a man. She got a sugar daddy. All right? And I know some people are attracted to Joellen's husband. Okay. He's probably one of the better looking ones. But Alicia, that man is funny looking. You are a prize. You're smoney. You're smoney. You're funny. And you need money. Okay? But girl, if you missed it, that's an update. But this week's episode, Joellen's mother, ain't no good gonna come to you. I said this during my recap. There ain't no way in hell I would have my children around that woman. That woman sent Joellen to these behavioral camps 3 times. One was for drugs and things like that. And Joellen, I didn't do drugs. Or another one, the people were unaliving themselves. Traumatic. Something is wrong with Joellen's mother. And I said she has to be the worst housewives mom of all time. And some people have said Kenya's mom. No, I can't even say Kenya's mom because at least Kenya's mom gave her to someone that would love her. Joellen's mom gave her to people that could have offed her. So I'm not looking forward to their conversation because there ain't nothing you can tell me that's going to justify what you did. What is she going to tell us? Maybe I feel sorry for her if she tells us something about how she grew up, but there ain't no way in hell I would have my children around Joellen's mother. No. Can you imagine? Was she jealous of Joellen? Why did you not only did she send Joellen away, she sent Jen away. Were you trying to make money off of this? I don't get it. I don't understand. But I think Joellen wants to have a relationship with her mom. I would have cut her off. You sending me away 3 different times, and the only time you took me back was because the state were going to take full custody, and I guess you couldn't file taxes for me anymore? I don't know. What was the reason? OMG says, didn't Kathy Hilton send Paris to one of those places too? Yep. Ain't no good gonna come to Kathy Hilton either. But look, Paris is forgiving her mama. I couldn't, personally. But what else happened in this week's episode of RHORI? Is that what we're calling it, RHORI? Kelsey, I'm still looking at you side-eye. I don't know what your beef is with Rosie, but y'all gonna get physical at some particular point later in the season. I wonder what it is that sets Rosie off. But Kelsey, the word on the street is that you've been separated from that man. And I think because maybe he doesn't use the house during that period of time of filming, he was like, he'll let you do that so you can make some money, make some of your own money. All right. Oh, I forgot about that, Kendra. Kendra says, Kempire, Joellen said that her grandmother had the same traits as her mom. Either way, you see the difference of what Joellen decided to do with her kids. She decided to be the complete opposite. Her mom could have did the same. Her mother ain't right. Her mother ain't right. I'm going to wait to see their conversation to see if her mother shows any remorse or showed that she's changed. But based on what we're seeing, I don't know. Exactly. Westchester Latina, thank you for being a member, says, Kempire, she would not know her grandchildren. She is not a safe person. Right? There ain't no way. Well, okay, maybe she would know her grandchildren, but it would be under my supervision. Ain't no way. You know what? Singer DST, come on. Singer DST says, I want to see Kelsey get pushed. Sorry, but I do. Well, she's about to and get kicked out the house. I don't understand their problems with Rosie. I like Rosie, and it's not just because she's a tourist like me. I think she has a bright future on this show as well. Anyone else? All right. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. I will drop the call-in link for the general audience. Let's get to 350 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link for the general audience. But if you are a member of the channel, I've already dropped the call-in link for Team Kempire members as well. Become a member today at teamkempire.com/join. Join our mailing list. You're missing out, guys. If you want to know where I went, I still have not revealed publicly where I went. Some of you can probably use context clues. But if you're part of the Kempire's Inner Circle mailing list, then you already know. You actually got a play-by-play of what's been going on during my trip. I have one more update for you guys, and I'm going to drop that probably later this evening if I have time. If not, definitely over the weekend. Podcast fam, Club KEMPIRE baddies, I'm going to drop an episode this weekend as well, just to give you more than I shared during the mailing list, because you guys pay. Look, you guys pay for it. So shout out to all of you. I appreciate your patience with that. Yeah, there's a new moon in Taurus tomorrow. You're welcome. Sigurd DST says, Kelsey hates Rosie for reasons we still don't know. Kelsey needs to be focused on her own life and leave Rosie alone. Agreed. All right, we had a couple of super chats. Jocelyn, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. Jocelyn says, happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. I'm still celebrating all week. At least all Taurus season, I'm celebrating. Fab Works, thank you so much for being a member for the super chat. Fab Works says, happy belated birthday. Just wanted to tell you and everyone I had a meeting with Nancy. She gave me some homework. She was great. Remember Nancy, my Vedic astrologer that came on the channel? She read all the members. Some of you booked readings with her the next day. I want updates, y'all. I want updates. All right. Thanks, FabWorks. Appreciate your support. Kendra, thank you so much for being a member for the super chat. Kendra says, glad you got a vacay in before Wendy's trial starts. You look so refreshed and the skin is gorgeous. Thank you, Kendra. Yeah, because the trial doesn't start yet. The trial starts, we don't know the trial date. There's a hearing, though, coming up next week. Stay tuned because Taria Faison will be in the building from What Else Is Going On podcast. And then, we always do our IG live that evening. So stay tuned for that. So she'll give us a breakdown. Make sure you're following me on IG, The Kempire. I will eventually post it here on YouTube as well. So stay tuned for that. What else was there I had to mention to you guys? I think that's it for now. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. I did hear some stuff, though. I did hear some stuff from the cast. Stay tuned. I'm going to try and find out some more stuff, but stay tuned. I've been hearing about filming and what's been going on in filming. OMG Steph, thank you so much for the super chat. OMG says, I give Wes grace for the reunion outfit in the performance since we know his grandma was unalived the day before the reunion. Oh, was it the day before the reunion? Oh, well, damn. We by his cousin, right? Lord. All right. Savannah says, if Bravo had to choose between Rosie and Kelsey, it would be Rosie. She's funny and has personality. Kelsey is boring. Her only storyline is Sugar Daddy and her beef with Rosie. Here's the thing, too, Savannah, and I said this, I think, during my last recap or the previous recap. I wonder what Kelsey's going to talk about next season. I think this cast is fine the way that it is, but it makes me wonder what exactly will Kelsey be talking about next season. She's going to be single, unless she's going to use Billy as her storyline. I think Billy's willing to do that too for her, but she has really nothing else going on. She doesn't even have the best personality. If we're going to be honest, her confessionals aren't interesting to me. Rosie really does have a more interesting personality and a lot more going on over there. All right. Chris, happy Friday. Thank you guys for being here. All right. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta as oh my gosh. Why can't I think of his name right now? Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, sidebar. Before we get into Atlanta, I have been watching I've been watching the situation with Dorit and what's been going on with her and PK. There's so much coming out. The house is about to be put up for sale. Shout out to our friends over at Bravo Snark side. According to Ronald Richards reports this on X. Hold on, y'all. Let me bring my thing over. Okay. So Ronald Richard posted on X, Dorit Kemsley's house is 6 days away from foreclosure. The second has not moved the sale date. According to our own sources, they will not sell the note at a discount, nor will they do a new loan. There's no way to take out a second with the little equity that remains. Oh my God. And if you've been following the Dorit of it all, then you've seen that there's been text messages exposed between Dorit and PK, them going back and forth. This has gotten messy. So if you thought that Dorit wasn't coming back next season, no, this is too messy for Bravo to steer clear from. There's no way to take out a second with the little equity that remains. Dorit must file a BK with her entity to stop this. Oh, because remember, that's what Angela said she did to stop the foreclosure on one of her properties. She filed for bankruptcy. Problem is that the FTB just told us today her company is still suspended. A suspended company can't legally act. Now she got to suspend it. This is a mess. We had them send us a letter confirming this. See sale website and FTB letter below. And then he shares the letter, the information. You can see more from Ronald Richards' Instagram account, but also X account. What? This is a situation. But we also reported to you that Dorit had been spending excessively. And a lot of the spending was on herself and not her children. Nearly $1 million in a matter of weeks. Okay. All right. Sidebar, Andy Cohen versus Lisa Kudrow. Did you guys see? Hold on, let me play for you something. Hold on. Let me play for you what Lisa...
High to low.
This is what Lisa Kudrow said on Watch What Happens Live. She was on there recently.
Yeah. Lisa, are you watching any Housewives these days? Do you still watch it all?
Yeah.
You do? Here and there?
Her reaction is so interesting.
I saw Beverly Hills.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you think of the more
You don't want me to discuss it.
You don't. I
No.
don't.
She says, you do not want me to discuss it. And then she emphasizes, you, Andy Cohen, do not want me to discuss it. Wait a minute, why?
You don't want me to discuss
Oh, I don't.
I'll tell you right now.
Okay. Very
I'm
good.
just going to say black Mercedes Sprinter, twins.
Okay. All right.
Caught that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. High to low.
So Andy responds on his Sirius XM radio show.
Yeah, what was she talking about?
I'll tell you. So it blew up that people were saying she was calling me out on fakery on the show.
Because she said, you don't want to hear what I want to say.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
then what was the Sprinter band?
Well, so basically, it was when Dorit, Erica, and Kyle were in that little town.
Yeah.
And they had that huge fight.
Yeah.
And Dorit said, screw you, and got in the Mercedes van and left. And what Lisa was pointing out was there was another Mercedes van there, so they weren't stranded.
Well, that's what I... Go ahead.
So I reached out to the showrunner to say, what's the deal? Because
Why would you feel the need? You have so many things going on when it comes to your businesses and life and children. You actually reach out to the showrunner about something that played out on Watch What Happens Live? Okay.
Erica and Kyle were and I remember hearing from production like, whoa, Dorit stranded them in town. The other car was the crew. It really blew up online.
So the other car that was there, so yeah, it may have been for the crew. So they really technically weren't stranded. Are we doing what we did with Alicia and Liz when she was saying that you weren't homeless, ma? They weren't stranded. Did any of us believe that Kyle and Erica were stranded? They would have put them in that damn van and came back for the crew. Come on now, let's be real. Okay, let's be real. I didn't believe that they were stranded. Did anyone believe that they were stranded? All right, whatever. I wanted to briefly talk about that. All right, let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, as Alexander Rogers would say, Atlanta. I recapped it already this week, so I'm not going to go into all of the details, but I'm enjoying this girls' trip that Cynthia is hosting. This is probably one of the... Have we ever had a friend of host one of the group trips? Can someone with the elephant brain tell me? I don't recall ever seeing that, but I definitely see them investing a lot into Cynthia. And Cynthia was 50 Cent this week because she was clocked in because she is tired of Shamia and Kelly trying to make a big deal about that room not being clean. But some of you during my last recap were like, that room was dirty. I would not be in that. I was like, was it? Was it that dirty? Yes. The stain on the bed, remove the sheets. I want all new sheets. Okay? But I just feel like they were being dramatic. I also mentioned to you guys, I say, are we holding Cynthia accountable the same way that we were holding Angel accountable? But I said the difference here is I feel as if that it wasn't the same because we're talking about literally no water air conditioning's not working. Everyone's separated with Angel's trip. Cynthia's trip seems to be okay so far. I'm not sure about the wine tasting in the stable or going to watch a cattle herding situation for 2 seconds and then bringing me as the vegan to a all-you-can-eat meat fest. I don't know. Like, I'm pointing out some of the things that might be concerning, but maybe this is Cynthia's way of getting back at Pinky for trying to call her out at the table. I will say this, because K. Michelle is also reacting to how people are reacting to her on the show. And she recently came out and was like, oh, I'm friends with all the girls, without her mentioning Drew. I don't know the issue between Drew and K. Michelle. If it's based off of what K. Michelle says she experienced in the Sprinter about Drew talking about Black and insinuating that K. Michelle and Black knew each other, the way you guys acted seemed like you knew each other, and you apparently did know each other, at least through DMs. But okay. So K. Michelle defends Pinky in this week's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, saying that maybe it's her passion that's coming across as aggression. I had to rewatch it, and I had to watch it with a different eye. And I said to myself, no, I kind of get where people are coming from when it comes to how Pinky interacts. She really does try to control conversations. I don't think it's just passion. I definitely think there's just a way that she communicates that's very different than the rest of the group. And it's probably because she's so used to being in control and being the boss. And she's a Sagittarius fire sign. So fire signs can be a lot sometimes in situations like that. And I feel like that's probably what it is. It's not just one person saying it. It's multiple people saying it about Pinky. And one of the things that I noticed was when they're having a conversation, she really tries to domineer the conversation. She tries to control the conversation. So at one particular point during the episode, she says to Cynthia, let's be clear. I'm clear. I was like, oh, okay, 50 Cent. All right, 50 Cent. I think people do think that Cynthia is some sort of punk. And Nene told us a long time ago that she is not a punk at all. Nene has seen her get Peter Thomas together. Sidebar, did you guys hear the rumors about Peter Thomas and him being a part of a new reality show that Todd is going to be working on? I'm going to tell you this already. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. The magic of what makes Real Housewives what it is, yes, having some of the husbands be there and be a part of the mess is great, but not to carry a show. Not to carry a show. Coca says he's out of jail. I think he's in a halfway house or something like that. Teresa says that is Pinky's delivery. I think she likes to control the conversation, and that alone doesn't leave room for people to share their thoughts. Oh, RC says, I saw the menu at the place. Pomona something restaurant. There were a few vegan options other than French fries. Okay, so, all right. I'm glad you looked it up. Look at you. Because I was like, why would we bring someone to something like this? And you know that she's vegan. Well, since we're talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, can we talk about Kandi? Kandi was boo-hooing in a recent interview with the Atlanta Journal. Let me play a clip for you, because she says that she is not healed. I already revealed to you some of what has been playing out during her live show, her one woman show, where she talks about some of this. But before we get into that, we got to pay the bills. Shout out to Baskin Lather. I am always so excited when I can collaborate with a brand, first of all, that's Black owned, but also something that I know you all can benefit from and will love. That's why today's live is brought to you by our friends over at Baskin Lather. So let me tell you a little bit about Baskin Lather and how it even all began. As I mentioned to you before, it's a Black-owned business. When a dermatologist misdiagnosed CEO Shayna's younger sister and said her hair may never grow back, the family took things into their own hands, very much like Black people always do. Today, her hair is down to her hips. Shayna and her mother researched and formulated their own scalp and hair oil to stimulate growth and retain length. And I know what you're probably thinking. Kempire, what do you know about hair? I said I'm going to find a product from this company that I can use. So for those of you, shout out to the guys that follow the channel, or maybe your husbands that are just listening earshot, They have beard remedies as well. So I've been using their beard shampoo, their beard conditioner, their beard oil, their beard magic, which is going to help fill in spots. I've been using it for 3 weeks. So if you see a transformation when it comes to my beard, you know it was at the hands of Baskin Lather. So there are things there for men as well. But more importantly, I know that we have a large audience of women that follow the channel. So I love when we can bring a product that's going to benefit you. Let me tell you a little bit more about Baskin Lather and some of the things that they have on their website. If you're looking for something when it comes to your hair, nourish and hydrate from the inside out with 100% natural ingredients. They have a nourishing hair balm for curly or kinky hair that helps reduce hair breakage and adds shine. When used regularly, users have seen results in about 3 months. Made with ingredients that can penetrate hair strands without clogging pores. Non-greasy formulation with no petroleum or lanolin. They also have hydrating hair mist. Keep any hair type soft and shiny and hydrated. Combines aloe vera and avocado oil to reduce frizz, treat dryness, detangle, and redefine curls. And I took a look at their before and afters, and you would be amazed. From people that have alopecia to dryness of hair to length. The length, I was like, well, maybe I do need to try it. They also have before and after when it comes to thinning hair and shedding of your hair. As I said before, there are multiple before and afters for men as well. These products are for both men and women. I never bring you something here where you can't benefit or get a discount. Explore viral bestsellers and products of healthier hair of all types from Baskin Lather. Go to baskinlatherco.com and use code KEMPIRE for 20% off. That's 20% off at baskinlatherco.com, code KEMPIRE. More details on Baskin Lather will be available in the description. Thanks to Baskin Lather for sponsoring today's live. And we're back. Again, more information on Baskin Lather will be available in the description. I have been using it while I was away, so I didn't want to carry all the products with me. But so many of you have been hitting me up talking about how it's helped you. Kayla just said, yeah, it does work. I do the conditioner. All right. I love to hear it. Evie, yes, guys, don't forget to follow us on Twitch. Evie says, I love this feature on Twitch. You can actually reply. I'm so into it. Kempire looks so clear here. I also hear the quality of audio is even better on Twitch as well. So be sure to follow me everywhere, guys, because sometimes I'll do just a Twitch live as well. RC, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. Let me shimmy for the $20. RC says, I caught the tail end of one live but missed your others this week, so please forgive the delay. Belatedly, happy birthday, Kempire. You look terrific pushing into your new years of life. Glad you enjoyed your vacay. Thank you, RC. I appreciate that. Technically, those lives weren't live. They were pre-recorded. But it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Writer person, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. Writer person said, oh, let me shimmy. Let me shimmy for the $20. And today's shirt is brought to you by our friends over at Banana Republic. And I paid for it, but just say. Banana Republic, just say. All right. All right. Writer person, thank you so much for the super chat. Writer person says, I just didn't like that Cynthia brought it up on the bus, then got mad and told them we're not talking about it anymore. And Pinky agreed with her in the beginning, but Cynthia wasn't having it. But Pinky does do that. When we talk about astrological signs, and for those that don't believe it, I feel like there's just so many examples of where it proves my point. Cynthia is a Pisces. She's very sensitive. She wants this trip, not only for the trip to go well, but she wants the trip to go well on camera. She doesn't want her trip to look bad to the rest of the world. So some of her reaction is about the show and not necessarily about the women. I do believe that Shamia and Kelly were being dramatic. And it's not because, oh, we don't like Shamia or Kelly. Because if I felt like they were justified, I would be like, they're justified. Come on now. But I felt like they were doing a lot. I think they were in their feelings because they felt separated from the rest of the group. I feel like they've already felt that way. But I think Cynthia got it right putting them in that damn pool house, because you saw what they were doing in this week's episode. They were twerking and screaming. They are annoying. I'm sorry, but it's true. I wouldn't want to be around that. Okay. Toya says the trip looks bad. Damn. The accommodations are nice. Well, apparently not. Apparently not. All right, so back to this. Let me talk about Kandi, and then I'm going to get to some callers for those that have been waiting patiently behind the scenes. If you're a member of the channel, I've already dropped the call-in link for our members live chat. Once we get to 350 likes, I will drop the call-in link for the general audience as well, because we haven't had call-ins this week about RHORI or RHOA. So this is your opportunity to share your thoughts on some of the hot topics that we talked about, or Summer House. And we haven't, while it was last week, I didn't do a lot of call-ins either. All right. Miss Melvin Magic says they are annoying. Hence why I'm glad they were put in the pool house. And then people were justifying they cooking in the pool house. Who cares? In other vacations, they're cooking in the same house too that people are staying there. So cooking in the house is not a big deal. They're just cooking in the pool house because it's only two people over there. They'll be strong. Look, they'll be strong. All right, let's move on. Let me play for you what Kandi had to say. So you know Kandi is going through her divorce from Todd Tucker. Todd Tucker apparently is working on a reality show with the men of Real Housewives of Atlanta, allegedly. And Kandi recently did an interview talking about not being healed after this divorce. And I already told you, for a reminder, during her one-woman show, she confirms that Todd cheated. And she says that's not the reason why they got a divorce, though. She got a divorce because she, allegedly, I'll say, did not feel like he fought for the marriage. So I guess he was done. All right. I guess he was done. So this is what she said recently during this Atlanta Journal interview.
Don't make me cry. Where's my tissue? How does anybody navigate?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Wait, bring it together. Okay, I'm listening.
This is such a Taurus reaction. We are not this emotional. I saw some of you say, do you feel like this is her way of trying to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta? She doesn't have to. I don't think she has to do any of this to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think Bravo would be more than willing to document, oh, let's get the update. Don't be surprised if you see her return next season.
No, I'm just saying, I just hope that you're taking time out for yourself. Because you wear so many hats and do a lot.
I stay busy. Can we stop? Like, give me 2 seconds before I start now.
This makes more and more sense when you hear the fact that the reason why she divorced Todd was because he wasn't willing to fight for their family or their marriage. So in that respect, the reason why she's probably feeling this way and getting emotional is because she didn't want to get a divorce.
If y'all ain't heard, I got divorced recently after 12 years of marriage. It was 2.5 years. So we was together like 15 years.
How have you been able to heal from the divorce? Because I know in the show you both some infidelity, but how were you able to heal from that?
I don't think I'm healed.
Okay.
I don't.
It's still kind of it's like less than a year, huh? Since it happened.
Oh yeah, it's been less than a year. It's that was July. I'm not healed. Okay, simply you already see me as like I'm one of those people like I try not to talk.
The dramatic music under Atlanta Journal, Lord have mercy. The dramatic music under it.
I guess like I said to you earlier, I don't like to talk about stuff because I don't like to be emotional. I don't like to be sad. I like to live into the positive, lean into the positive, lean into the fun.
Shout out to our friends Jay's Reality blog on X. I'm going to play another clip from this interview as well. Hold on a second.
I'm just learning how I want to move as a solo person. I'm just trying to enjoy myself this coming year.
What advice would you give your 40-year-old self now that you're about to be the now?
In all fairness, like I don't have any
Kandi's about to be 50? Damn, she looks good for 50.
regrets. I don't have no regrets about my marriage. I feel like we had a good marriage. It was great while it was great. We co-parent well. Whatever is gonna make the kids like they wanna, why can't we all go on a trip together? Okay, we wanna all do a co-parent and you want both of us on the trip? We gonna figure out how to do this co-parenting thing on the trip. Now I ain't never think I would have said, like back in the day if you would have asked me, that would be like, what?
Yeah.
But now.
You know, one of the frustrating things I have with Kandi, which for reality television is not great, she's not really able to articulate herself very clearly and straightforward. So sometimes I get burned. I'm like, spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Trying to understand what you're trying to say to me.
Oh, I'm like, okay, let's keep it friendly. My family members and my super, super close friends, there's pretty much nothing they can do to make me cut them off for life. That's just how I am. I don't care. No money is not gonna do it. I mean, you may make me mad, but I realize you're gonna be in my life, so we're gonna figure out this communication. I know that I'm a strong woman, and I know that I can hold my own. And I guess just to make sure I take time to enjoy life.
I don't know about that, not cutting people off. I'm big on cutting people. But maybe it's a female tourist thing, because I've heard that about female tourists, that they could be like super duper loyal, even to their detriment. All right. Hold on. BAW says, Kempire, did you notice that there's no after show for RHOA but one for RHORI? Well, don't be surprised. Remember, sometimes the after shows don't normally start until a few episodes in, so don't be surprised that there will be an Atlanta after show at some particular point. I think because RHORI took so long to come out. Remember, when they filmed this versus when, oh my God, it's like almost a year later that we're getting this season. So I think that's the only reason why, and I think they wanted to push the presence of RHORI to the world. So yeah, so don't be surprised, because that's absolutely not normal either. I don't think that we got Beverly Hills' after show immediately as the season started either. All right, Miss Miller. Oh, is that Leo Moon in me? This is where I feel like I can't. Oh, Nikki says, "So Kemp, is the soundboard working?" It's working. The soundboard is working. For a second there, Nikki, when you said that, I was like, "Wait, am I sounding funny again?" No. For those that may have missed it, the soundboard. Not that it wasn't working. I had to do a software update because we were getting static in the audio. So I did that, but the update removed all my other sound bites, but I still have some. I have the ones that come with the soundboard. So the soundboard is working, Nikki. Thank you for asking. But I have to still, now that I'm back, I can't promise that this weekend will be the weekend that I'll add some of the sound bites back. But for me, it's an opportunity to add some new sounds, right? Add some new sounds to the soundboard. So we can say goodbye to "Set Me Free." I want to be free. Okay? All right, moving on. Moving on from there, let's get to some callers, and then I'm going to get out of here. But before we get to callers, today is sponsored by our friends over at RHORI. I know you're probably tired of hearing people say, "New year, new me." However, it can be a new year and a new you. Everyone is trying to get back into the gym. They're trying to do some weight loss things. You may have also heard of GLP-1s. Our friends over at RHO has gotten you covered with the new GLP-1 pill. The pill is a new, more convenient and approachable way to GLP-1s if you've been thinking about it. A self-administered shot can be a bit intimidating. But now there's a pill that delivers comparable results. If you've been thinking about getting on a GLP-1, RHO might be the way to do it. They have 100% online care, access to clinically proven, FDA-approved medications, free insurance checks, side effect management, dosing support, and more. RHO offers the first FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss at the lowest cost around. The new GLP-1 pill has the same weight loss ingredient as the shot and packs comparable results to the shot. It can help patients lose 14% of their body weight in a year on average. This is based on a study in non-diabetics with obesity or overweight plus a weight-related condition with diet and exercise. You may have also seen Serena Williams talk about collaborating and endorsing RHO as well. As a world-class athlete, she also wanted to drop pounds after having children. If I had needed this particular option, this is what I would use. A pill versus a shot? Why not? Go to ro.co/Kempire to see if you're eligible for the new GLP-1 pill on RHO. That's ro.co/Kempire to get started on RHO. Go to ro.co/safety for box warning and full safety information about GLP-1 medication. More details on your discount and more will be available in the description. And we're back. OMG. Did I cover everything that I wanted to cover? There's so much stuff that's happened while I was away, but yeah, we will get back to it. Don't forget, guys, on Monday, the Dream Team is back together again. Layla, Lynn, and Grace Report will be here to talk about everything Real Housewives of Atlanta. So stay tuned. I've still haven't decided whether or not I'll do a separate live so you guys can call and share your thoughts, but stay tuned. What about the sound bites, Destiny? What about the sound bites? What are you talking about? Okay. All right, let's move on. Let me get to the callers. So if you're a member of the channel, I have dropped the call-in link on the post tab on YouTube. So that's for your link. Once we get to 350 likes, I'll drop the call link for the general audience for you guys as well. And for those that keep asking for Set Me Free, nope, no justice for Set Me Free. I kept it on there longer than y'all even knew. Okay? Yamola says, Kempire, you made Set Me Free fun. But we're done. Unless I do a remix. If I do a remix, then maybe. All right? Isabella Magic says, also Tamar might be begging again. Oh, Lord, on TikTok? I'm blocked on TikTok. Just saying. Wait a second. What exact... Okemian says the veneer specialist, better known as Cheyenne. Is that what her degree was in? Her alleged doctorate? We didn't talk about that. But what was her doctorate in? Because she said that she can't find... Look, she's unable to get the documentation because the school has closed. And so many people have reacted to that. Girl, that's not true. You'd be able to get all that stuff is saved somewhere. Okay. What about your dissertation committee? All the stuff. Okay. All right. You guys are so triggered by me not putting Set Me Free back on the thing. Okay? Nope. Set Me Free is done. I danced to it on tour. I had it in the sound machine for months and months. Set Me Free has been set free by the firmware update. All right? Millie says, oh man, the Breakfast Club explanation was so bad. I know, I saw the clips. I thought that's what I thought, psychology. I was like, wait, is she a dentist? I was like, wait, did I miss something? Or is that one of her other degrees? That's not real. If anything, look, I wouldn't sit here and argue with Dr. Cheyenne about her degree. So for those of you that actually go to her for whatever she does, that for me would be like, okay, you just confirmed for me that I can't respect or trust you. So I'm not going to you for anything. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to follow you. You don't have to. She recently came out and said she's not going to prove anything to anyone. Fine. I'm not supporting you. I'm not listening to you. If there's an interview with you, I'm not following you. Not that I did before. I never did. I would see her stuff and I'm like, I literally am like, what does she do? Like, what's her specialty? Is she giving advice? What? So you all now know that she claims that her degree, her school that she got her degree from is no longer in service and she can't prove whether or not that doctorate is real. And the people that with real doctorates are coming out saying, girl, it don't work like that. She's now also did a follow-up since the Breakfast Club interview talking about how she's not going to prove anything to anyone. Okay, girl. Magic. That's how she got her degree. Right? Amara says, as a psychology student who is in her master's, it's offensive. I can imagine. It makes me also wonder about her other degrees. But all right. All right, let's get to the calls, guys, so I can get out of here. It's still a beautiful day here in New York City. It's not as warm. What's going on with the weather? I came from a warm place to this. I'm like, what the hell? Really? All right, Angel has been waiting so patiently behind the scenes. Angel, what's going on?
Hey, Kim. Welcome back.
I'm
glad you had a nice reset. Your trip looked beautiful because I am in the inner
Of course,
circle.
I knew you were.
And I can't wait till you get your presents from me. I sent them late because you were out of town anyway, but I think you're going to get a good kiki out of what I got you. Something for your poom shorts and then something just because.
Okay. Wait, sidebar. Rita, I know you were in the chat earlier. I don't know if you're still here. Rita sent me something for my birthday, too. Thank you, Rita. I loved it. That was so thoughtful. Anyways, Angel, what did you want to share? Thank you, Angel, too.
I just completely pivoted because of this whole Dr. Cheyenne mess. But I remember her season of Basketball Wives when she came in with Jackie. She said she didn't have a degree. So this is old news. It's just blowing up in her face now. This
Where's the
came
clip
out
of that?
like years ago.
Where's the clip of her saying that? I'm surprised I haven't seen that.
I can't even remember what season it was, and then Brooke blasted her again at the reunion, but she's been a phony.
I'm concerned.
I wonder why it took so long for people to catch on, because it came out a while ago.
What about that other phony that Carlos recently interviewed? What's her name? Coach Stormy?
Oh, yeah, her in the FDC for all that, yeah. Ponzi scheme mess.
Teresa says, can't wait to see Kempire outside his pum shorts. I've already been outside in pum shorts. You just haven't seen them. Anyways, Age, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What did you want to share?
It is okay. Okay, so for Sierra, if anybody needs to take on Kandi's I do, I did, I'm done, it needs to be Kyle and Amanda, or whatever her name is, and Amanda and Wes, because they are a whole mess. And Sierra needs to know when she's being blessed, because she lost her nursing job for better, and she needs to know that Wes is a POS for better, to move on and to stop acting like this, because these last 2 episodes had me feeling like, Sierra girl, where's your self-esteem? Come on, girl.
I wanted to fight her.
And then as far as RHOA, I think this trip has been the best episodes of the season so far. I love that 50 Cent was activated. Pinky's a little questionable for me still. And so is K. Michelle, because I'm not understanding. I never watched Love and Hip Hop, but something about her is just not translating over well for me. I love her as an artist, but I'm not feeling her as a reality star at this point.
And maybe she shouldn't have come back. Maybe she shouldn't have come back to reality television. Like, why come back? You're a successful singer.
I think it's just to push the country music, but her fans who are there know. Or maybe she just wants to be white famous like Phaedra. I don't.
That part. Thanks, Angel.
Bye, Kim. Have a good one.
You too. Maybe. Because when you think about it, she did what Cardi B was able to do. Maybe not the same exact level, but she's legitimized in music. And slowly but surely, she's been legitimizing herself in country music. And mind you, she's still doing R&B music concerts. I don't know. I get it. You got to pay the bills, and R&B pays the bills. But I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm going to keep an open mind, but we'll have to wait and see. If her issues with Drew has to do with what happened about Black, you done lost me, K. Michelle. I can't even help you, girl. Lee's backstage. I'm going to bring Lee up next. Lee, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Oh, also glad that you're back. Hope you had a safe travels.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying both series, both Atlanta and Rhode Island. The thing is that I'm kind of nervous for Jersey now, because to me it's not the same, but in that fun, kooky, dramatic way. It's kind of the same. So I'm a little nervous for Jersey. Hopefully they bring something a little bit different, something maybe as refreshing as Rhode Island when they come back.
And they just started filming literally this week.
I hope, I'm from the tri-state area, so I hope that they are expanding beyond the Italian culture is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
With Jersey. So also with Atlanta, I'm really enjoying it again. I don't know. I'm loving all the dynamics. It's really fun to watch, even though, we always kind of complain about the dumb fights that they have, but that's what makes reality TV fun. We don't always have to have something dark or dramatic how last season was. Like, we don't always have to have that to be entertaining and locked in. This silly feud that Shamia and Kelly have come up with, like, because your comforter was stained, girl, don't sleep under it then, girl. Like, toss it to the side for the cleaners. But that's okay. Now you see Cynthia's getting activated. Cynthia's a friend of. She should not be activated. She shouldn't even be hosting the trip. But, it's one of those, it's fun to watch again. I'm really enjoying it. But I do want Atlanta to start coming with some more real stories.
Yeah.
It gives a lot of produce, and it's not something that I truly enjoy. Also, with it being like one of the only Black franchises, we still have Black stories to be told. We still have Black women's stories to be told, women's stories to be told. So I love the kooky and the funny of it all, but please show us your real life. I feel like Pinky, she's showing us her real life. It's messy right now, but she's showing us the raw of it. So that's all I have to say. And yeah.
Thanks, Lee, for calling in.
No worries. Bye. Glad you're back.
Thank you. All right. Opal's mom. See, this is how rumors get started. Opal said the first time I ever heard of K. Michelle is when she performed at Trump's first inauguration. That wasn't K. Michelle. That was Chrisette Michelle. You see how stories get started? That was not K. Michelle. That was Chrisette Michelle. Okay, that was Chrisette Michelle that performed. But Snoop Dogg and Nelly performed, and still they got careers thriving. Just saying. Poor Chrisette Michelle. She was just performing in Atlanta, so I guess she fine too. Look, all right, Sassafras. Oh, I love this name. Sassafras, are you there?
I am. Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
Happy belated birthday. You're a Taurus like my daughter.
Yes, and what are you?
I am a Virgo.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So my take on Housewives of Rhode Island, I actually teared up with Joe Ellen because I can totally relate. Not as far as my mom sending me away, but my mom just not liking me because I look like my father. And my father was abusive to her. I'm the only girl, I'm the youngest, but I was never really treated kindly by her. Wow. So I teared up and I started coming up with my own assumption of what happened. If her father passed away, her mom was probably dating. So Jo Ellen said she had the big boobs, she's really pretty. Jen has big boobs, she's really pretty. Maybe she sent them away so it could only be her there. And she wouldn't have anyone distracting the men that she was suiting. And I don't know why you would come up with that they were on drugs or they were promiscuous. But,
It's giving Munchausen.
Ellen stating that she has tried all these different things makes me think that she just fell into what the mom was saying about her, and that she eventually became promiscuous because of her mother. Yep. Looking at Kelsey, I don't know why she's angry at, what's her name? I can't even think of her name right now. But Rosie. I don't know why Rosie is such a trigger for her. Probably because she's very bubbly. She has a great personality. She's really likable. And Kelsey is just there, like wallpaper. She's just hanging out. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure what these men are really getting from her. I know she has a nice body, but she's just blending in with the walls to me. She doesn't really stand out like Liz or Jo Ellen or my Alicia. I love her. She was calling people the wrong names left and right, and I was just dying. And then after her conversation with Jo Ellen, she said, "Where's my crackers? I don't have any crackers." And I was just dead. Oh, my gosh.
Did you see the
so
update?
Funny.
Did you see the update in regards to what she posted on her Instagram story?
Yeah, saw a little bit. And I think she's listening to all the podcasters like you can. She's got her ear to the streets. Oh, my God. I better get my coins together because this man might do me like my father did. I don't have any stability because you're not married to him. You don't have anything in case he just says toodle-doo.
Not toodle-doo.
And then as far as Housewives of Atlanta, they did Cynthia like they did Angel. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm having a flashback. I might be triggered. All of a sudden, she's hosting a trip. It's dirty. The Smalls are angry. And I saw Shamia and Kelly making a plot and a plan. They were trying to make sure that they were seen. They were trying to say, okay, I'm angry about some dust. And maybe that was Kelly's eyeliner on there. I'm not sure. They do have to cook somewhere. Girl, they have to cook somewhere. They have to eat.
That's where the kitchen is.
It's really being mad that you're not in the big house with the main girls.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to keep the attention on me, and I done activated 50 Cent. And Power 50 Cent, she was coming for them. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you're not trying to say I'll let you stay in a dirty house. Oh, no, you don't. And she really got them girls together. Shamia swallowed her tongue almost. She was like, oh, okay. That is 50 Cent. Oh, okay. Nene was right. And I don't think it was too dirty to the point that you couldn't stay there or you had to complain and make the whole trip about you. And, I don't know why they were in the stable with the poop and eating and drinking wine.
Whose plan was that? Was that on 50 Cent?
I don't think that was 50 Cent. I think that was
her trip.
The powers that be.
It's her trip.
I don't think that was her.
Look, it's her trip, though.
But I couldn't eat there. There's no way I could eat. I'm very, my senses, my
You're a
nose
Virgo.
is open like bowling balls.
You're a Virgo.
There's no way. Yes.
That's
I would
not
have
working.
to tell somebody, we got to get up out of here. It stank. I can't eat here.
I'm going to blame.
I would be able to sit there.
I'm going to blame Cynthia. This is her trip.
I watch old clips. Cynthia has done this before with the cheap houses. Ooh. And remember, Nene and all of them had to pack up and they had to get up out of there. The house wasn't up to par. It wasn't what the ladies was used to. Remember? She likes to save a coin. Ooh. Lake Bailey probably be costing her a real big coin. So I don't know. I think Cynthia, it might have been her. It might have been her.
It was definitely her for the cattle herding. It was definitely her for the cattle herding.
That was 2 seconds. And I was like, okay, what just happened? Are we having a cow parade? What is happening here?
Y'all know we love us some Cynthia, but we got to be real. Just saying.
She's not really, one of the ladies that like to spend a big coin. She's not a big spender. Remember, she would always talk about IKEA, and some of her things is from IKEA, and maybe some Target. So, I don't know, Cynthia. I'm trying to have you back, girl, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, Sassafras. We appreciate you calling in.
Thank you, Kempire. You have a great one.
You too. Take care. All right. Hold on. Nikki said in the chat, she said, Cynthia did bring that Tiffany set to the White Elephant Party. LMAO. All right. RC says 25 acres is not cheap. We know she didn't pay for that. Come on. But still, let's keep an open mind. I'm not saying that Shamia and Kelly are correct, but I was like, okay, but just keep an open mind. Who's planning what? Okay. Foxy says IKEA got good stuff though. Yeah. All right, let's move on, guys. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is a special Friday Live. I have hot topics and an opportunity for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on Real Housewives of Atlanta and Rhode Island and some of the hot topics that we've talked about before. We got quite a few callers, backstage callers. I'm not putting the timer on, but please understand that there is a line behind you. So let's get to everyone else. D. Nicole's backstage. D. Nicole, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kim. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I hope you had a good one. I wish you many more.
Thank you.
Sorry if you hear me with my pots and pans. I'm washing my dishes.
I know that's right.
But I wanted to say one of the things that I didn't necessarily like about with Cynthia and Pinky. I get that you might not understand being vegan or whatever, but you can still accommodate her because she's on your trip. And I look at it from a standpoint of somebody that has food allergies. I wish somebody would invite me on a trip, say, oh, hey, we're going here, or not even tell me where we're going, and then it's a whole seafood boil, and you trying to have me in the hospital because I done breathed in some shrimp.
You probably didn't see this, but someone said that they looked up the restaurant, and apparently, allegedly, because I haven't seen it myself, they did have some vegan options besides French fries.
Okay.
That's what they said, allegedly.
Yeah. Okay, then that's good. But I also it would have been nice if Cynthia would be like, hey, this is the restaurant we're going to. Take a look at the menu. Mm-hmm. That I would have been I would have felt better about that. And then with regard to Cynthia being cheap, I don't think my girl's cheap. We'll see how the gala looks. Oh, if the gala is giving tattoo, I'm gonna be like, now 10 cents, 50. I love you, girl, but we're gonna see how that gala look. I'm just saying. And Kelly is...
I think the gala's going to look good because Adrienne Maloof is associated with this whole situation. So I have a feeling it's probably going to look posh.
Yeah, and Adrienne got that coin.
Okay.
But the other thing, Kelly is Shamia's mouthpiece. And
Pinky?
I'm going to need that chihuahua to hush.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
No? Well, damn. Okay.
That's all I got to say.
Thanks, D. Nicole. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Look, at the end of the day, that whole restaurant scene with Pinky and the whole vegan of it all, it still was funny when you think about it. When Cynthia goes to her confessional, I'm not saying that Pinky should pack a few snacks, but... And then when she makes a joke about being vegan is tough, I was like, oh, damn, Cynthia. Hilarious. Oh, but we got a bunch of Taurus moms in the building. Sharjay says, today is my mom's B-Day too. No wonder I like you, Kempire. Happy birthday to your mom. And then I saw Blanche Nebaho. Thank you for being a member. Says, today's my mom's birthday too. Aren't you guys lucky? Aren't you guys lucky to have Taurus mamas? Just saying. Happy birthday to all my fellow Taurians. We still got a few more days, Taurians. A few more days. All right? All right, let's get to Tyrese. Tyrese, you got an update on the election? Tyrese, you there?
Hey, Kempire.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, you can hear me good? Okay, great. Yes, I did just want to call in and just share because Tuesday is election day for us in Georgia. And today is the last day for early voting in Georgia. I just wanted to call in. I'm not a political analyst, but I am just amazed at like how much is going on with District 13. And I really think that it really can just go any way between Everton Blair, Jasmine Clark, and Heavenly. Those are the three. I really think that it's either going to be Jasmine Clark or Everton Blair, but I could see Heavenly being number 3 with those two.
That's pretty damn good.
Jasmine Clark has had the whole thing with the corporate spending behind her and everything. $4 million, I believe.
Ooh.
And I'm sorry, my bestie is getting married in the morning, and I just pulled up at the rehearsal, and so I'm in the middle of a weird moment. So forgive me for humming and hawing. But yeah, so there's $4 million of spending going on, and she hasn't really responded to that or had any response, and it's just that kind of turned me off. And so I voted last week for Everton Blair. That made it easier for me to vote for him. But I was really
and they're all doctors.
They're all doctors. It's about 5 doctors in this race.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Jones is another one that has been around for years, very well known. He could come out. He could be a dark horse that surprises us. I just think Tuesday on May 19th, we just don't know what's going to happen. Wow. It just can go any way, and especially, unfortunately, David Scott passed away. His name is still on the ballot because he passed away the week before early voting started, like the Thursday before that Monday.
Oh.
So it wasn't enough time to take his name off the ballot. So his name is still on the ballot, assuming the voters knew that he passed away. But some people, you can still vote for him. It won't count, of course. But so that's that. And so the other thing that's happening is there's a special election for his seat.
Oh.
So his seat is open through the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Through December. So someone is going to, so there's the May 19th primary, and then there's a July election for his seat. So I know Everton Blair has declared that he is running for this special election. I don't know who else. There are other candidates that has, but I'm not sure who. So there's not a primary for that. This is it. So it'll be interesting to see what the results are for May 19th.
Yeah.
And then see if there's a different result for July. What's going to happen. So this is very interesting. We just have a lot going on. There's this redistricting of the map situation we have in Georgia and in the South. There's just a lot. There's a lot happening. We have a big governor's race coming up at the end of the year throughout the country.
Wow.
It's a lot. But yeah.
Thank you for the update, Tyrese. For those that just joined us, Tyrese is talking about the Married to Medicine election that we've been talking. We associate with Married to Medicine, but the 13th district in Georgia, which Dr. Heavenly has been campaigning for. And if you missed it, you can watch the debate. So if you are actually going to be voting in this and you wanted to hear all the candidates, head on over to YouTube and you can actually see Dr. Heavenly debate with some of the other candidates. I was thoroughly impressed with a lot of the candidates. Not so much Heavenly. I think she held her own, but I wasn't thoroughly impressed in comparison to the other people that she was debating with.
Right. I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out to watch that. That just melted my heart that you took time out of your schedule. You did not have to do that. That was amazing. So thank you for paying attention to our district. I want to also say about Heavenly has run a heck of a race, regardless of anything that we want to say about her. Yeah. She she's had a lot of celebrity endorsements, but she's also done a lot of grassroots campaigning, knocking on doors. She's having a huge event tomorrow, like a cookout. She's done small events. She's done a lot. And it's really been impressive. She didn't perform as well on that debate as I've seen her in smaller settings, and she's probably just nervous on a stage like that. But she has really performed, in my opinion.
I agree.
She's performed just well overall. She's come across very genuine in what she wants to do, and I appreciate her for that. She didn't get my vote, but if whoever wins out of this, with the exception, the Jasmine Clark thing has definitely thrown me off with some of the stuff about the PAC and all that. But But yeah, this whole thing has been really enlightening. She has brought a lot of attention to this race, and people are paying attention. Voter turnout has been just amazing. It's shot up a lot in Georgia, so we're really excited. We hope that we get a good turnout and things go the way that we want, the way they need to go.
Wow. Tyrese, thank you so much for calling in. Now go ahead into your rehearsal dinner.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care, Tyrese. Bye. Ariel said, I just found out I'm in District 13. Go vote. Early voting ends today, but then voting happens. The official election day is on Tuesday. So, Ariel, you still have time. Go watch the debate on YouTube if you want to know more about the candidates. I thought that was a really good debate that they had. All right, let me get to the rest of these calls, guys, because I got to go. Look, it's a Friday. Can I go live my life? I still haven't even seen the movies that I wanted to see. I've been busy. All right, let's bring up Toya next. Toya, what's going on? What did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to talk about Atlanta. I feel like it's been so divisive. There's been like 1,000 think pieces all this week about it. So I have an unpopular opinion as somebody who lives in Dallas, who is currently sitting in gridlock traffic. I feel like I can say I don't feel like it's a great trip, because why not take them to the Reunion Tower? Show them the highest point with a beautiful view of Dallas. Took the ladies to places that they don't even really, they barely participated.
Can they film there, though?
I'm sure, I would think that they can. But I know that there's a lot of stipulations with that. I just don't feel like they're really showing the beauty of the city. And apparently the streets are saying they're not even really in Dallas. They're like an hour plus away. Okay, so that's why it took so long for them to even get to those places. They're not even really in Dallas. So, you know how on Salt Lake City, Angie took the girls to, was it Milwaukee? And it was a really nice trip. Surprisingly, she did it right. If you're gonna go to other states and other cities, just do it right. Go to the best places. Take them to a game, a baseball, a basketball game. Something. Those ladies are glamorous. They didn't want to see all that country stuff. And in regards to Shamia and Kelly, here's the thing. I feel like they have a right to be upset, because when you are in a cash trip, nobody really wants to be separated from the group, because we know that it can go down on these cash trips sometimes. The whole Bolo situation, I would have hated to have been separated from all that mess. You're going to be watching what happened with the rest of the viewers. So they have a right to feel a way about being separated. I didn't like that she told them to leave. You know, that's not fair. You know, it's a cash trip. You know, they don't get paid if they're not in an episode. I thought that was mean, to be honest. And then the room was dirty, and then it didn't get clean until the next day. I don't know. I just feel like people not giving them a chance or not really understanding their side of things. And with Pinky, I just want to say this. I don't think Pinky is aggressive. I think Pinky is direct, and she's not afraid to back down. But we can't have it both ways. Like they always say, especially with Potomac, y'all can't hang with Atlanta girls. The girls in Atlanta ain't nothing to play with. That ain't gonna fly in Atlanta. But you got somebody that seems to be able to hang with the Atlanta girls. So you gotta let her do what she's doing. I don't feel like she's aggressive. She's direct. And
she's used to being the boss.
Yeah, give her a chance. I think that it's probably like another 10 episodes to go. Anything can happen. Anything can change. We've seen the viewers change their minds completely.
Yeah.
About people as the season goes on. So we'll see what happens.
Definitely. Toya, thank you so much for calling in.
Have a good one, Kempire.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to bring up Janelle next. Janelle, what did you want to share about RHORI or RHOA?
Oh, bonjour, Kempire. How are you?
How are you?
Happy birthday, dear. I already messaged you, told you happy birthday, but I'll say it on the StreamYard. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm happy that Rhode Island got a season 2. I ain't gonna hold you. I still don't know the ladies. I can't differentiate them. They all still look the same. They all go to the same plastic surgeon. They're wonderful. I can't tell you when you see Joellen, I'm not joking. All their faces pop up in my head. I'm like, they all look the same to me. And I'm just like, oh, that's Joellen. Also, I haven't seen Atlanta in the last couple of weeks.
Oh.
But as a Sagittarius, I will say that we can be very blunt, and it's upon yourself to read the room. And so maybe that is what Pinky must learn, is to learn how to read the room. Because I know that my delivery can be very blunt, and also I'm an Aries rising. I be hitting them hard. So I have learned to read the room. I've learned to observe first and then speak. Trust it took
So you're a
years.
healed Sagittarius.
Oh, child. Therapy is a great thing. Therapy. Yes, I'm a healed Sagittarius. Honestly, with these recent transits, I finally am starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I ain't gonna hold you. Because with these planets going into new placements, I have felt the difference. Because Saturn and Neptune were in Pisces, and no offense to Pisces people, but ooh, Lord, I was going through it. I was like, I'm tired of crying. I just want to smile. Okay. Yes, I am a healed Sagittarius. And also a little bit on Summer House. What you said about Wes had me cracking up about he was the worst dressed. And also people are like, oh, he was quiet because his grandmother passed away. Okay, so condolences to his family, okay, about his step grandmother. But what was the excuse last year and the year before last? I'm just saying, because he was silent those 2 seasons, and last time I checked, there was no family tragedy. I will give people grace when they're going through a family tragedy. Okay, I'm not going to say, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, I will give you sympathy. But what was the excuse? What was the excuse the last 2 seasons? No, you're just silent because you can't handle confrontation. And that is what it is at the end of the day. And you know you about to be ate up, and you don't, and also he probably is a people pleaser. He doesn't like when people don't like him. And so he probably has conditioned himself to go silent when people are mad at him because he doesn't want to say the wrong thing, even though probably what's going on in his head is probably a slew of wrong things that he will probably say to piss off a load of people. And also, I'm sorry, I have a lot of guy friends, okay? And it's a mixed bag of sexualities, but I have quite a few straight friends, okay? Straight guy friends. I've never, not one of them has ever kissed me on the head, cheek, anything, okay? They have given me hugs. They have playfully picked me up when we're like horsing around, but they have never kissed me on the forehead. They have never kissed me on my cheek. Never. When they were single or now when they're in relationships. So I'm sorry, but y'all were hooking up last summer. I'ma say it. Y'all were hooking up last summer. It may have been emotional last summer and it turned physical in the fall. But y'all were hooking up. I allegedly. But you can't. What? What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And Sierra, I think she suffers from the scarcity of her environment. I think that, and I know this, I only know, I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, and I had crushes on a bunch of white guys back home. And there's nothing wrong with having a crush on someone of the opposite,
race.
Or not opposite, just a different race or ethnicity. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't have a problem with her dating white men. Date white men, live your best life. But I do think that when you are always hanging out with similar people or similar friend groups, you're always going to be finding people you're going to be finding people of similar yoke. And so that is why I feel like she went from an Austin from Southern Charm to now a West. And I think and I think also she has a Capricorn stellium. That's a lot. So she probably has a hard time opening herself up to people, and she likes who she likes and she doesn't like who she doesn't like, and she knows that, she feels it in her body. And I wouldn't be surprised if she opens up her environment, her friend group, then she would find somebody else. I feel like that is the reason why, and I do agree with you, I feel like her saying that Wes is her best friend is her justifying her feelings.
Yep.
I don't think that you wouldn't be saying that if that was like, I think you're trying to say it because you're still in love with this man.
Yeah.
And if you're in love with this man, just say it.
Yeah.
Just admit it. Okay? If he's your type, if Mrs. Doubtfire is your type, then let Mrs. Doubtfire. Come on now. Come on now. Come.
At least Mrs. Doubtfire was likable.
You know what? I love that movie down, okay?
Me too.
I love Mrs. Doubtfire. That's true. And you know what? I just want Sierra to be with a rich man. I want her to be on a yacht. I want him to, no, I heard.
You want her to be with a count.
Yes. Now I was about to say I want her to be on the boat, and he names a boat after her, but that hurts bad luck to change the name on the boat. That's why, because somebody said that's what contributed to Clay cheating on Megan Thee Stallion, but I said I don't think that has anything to do with it. But whatever makes
Well,
you
Clay
feel that
cheated
night.
on multiple women, allegedly.
He has a history.
So.
He has a history. But yeah, I want her to with a count, a prince, somebody. Prince Harry must got some friends who are single. He got somebody, right? I need her with somebody of
I need her to
stature.
heal. I need her to heal herself because based off her picker from Austin to West, no, she needs a moment before getting into something else.
I agree with that. I think also because Austin called her a Jezebel on national.
I heard. I've been doing my cliff notes, getting my cliff. And I'm like,
I was like, hold up. You called her. Now I've seen you treat other women on this show with a lot more respect. So don't you try it, sir. Because now he's trying to have a redemption arc, and I'm like, get out of here. I don't even watch Southern Charm because it's just too much racism.
Here's the thing with dating outside your race in 2026. I'm here for it. Fine. I just find it hard in 2026, knowing what we know from politically to internationally, unless you're able to say certain things to me in regards to what's going on in Gaza and what's going on in this administration. I don't know if we're going to be able to see eye to eye and be able to date outside of cultures. I don't know. I'm not saying it's impossible, especially living here in New York, but I don't know.
Oh, in New York, you would be surprised.
I know. I grew up on Staten Island.
So you be knowing. Oh, because I used to work with people and I see these white guys. I'm like, oh, they're cute. And then you start talking to them and you're like, who did you vote for in 2016? And then you go, oh, you know what? I realized
who did you vote for in 2024?
And I was like, exactly. I think that for me personally, I don't race wise, I don't really care what you are. Yeah. But if I am going to date somebody white, my standards is that I don't want to have to educate you on your white privilege and you able to walk into a store, whatever store that may be, and not get followed. Whereas as recent, I'm not going to say the name of the store, but there was a store where I was followed around like crazy and I was returning an item and I wanted to exchange and I wanted to return and do an exchange. And I literally was followed around by 2 or 3 different people. And they later copped to the manager once I complained that, yeah, they thought I was trying to steal something. But yet I saw someone of a similar stature to me who was white who did not get followed. Wow. So I think if I'm dating somebody white, they need to know the white privilege. They need to be educated on Black history. I'm not there to be your teacher. I can tell you how it has affected me on a personal level, but every Black person has had different experiences. Like a Black person in New York has gone through something different from someone like me who grew up in Florida. So it's going to be different. And I just need that person to be open-minded and empathetic to whatever may come their way. And then also and I ain't going to hold you, if somebody want to come out of pocket, I need my man to defend me. I need him
especially to his family. And my thing is, especially to his family, and it's not even just dating, let's say, a white person. It's also how many people in the Hispanic community voted for Trump?
Hello?
How many in the Asian community? I'm just saying, it's not even just that. That's why I say culturally, these are conversations you should be having on your first dates, people, but...
People want to talk about on your first date, oh, do you want to get married one day? Do you want to have kids? Where do you want to live? That's all fine and dandy. But also, I need to know where you are politically. I need to know if you voted, because my grandparents marched for civil rights, and my mom was there as a toddler marching with them. Okay, so voting is very important in my family, and if I found out that you skipped an election, then we're gonna have problems.
Y'all remember that conversation that Ashanti had with her mom, and Nelly was in the other room negotiating his Trump check?
Oh, Lord, I forgot about that.
Just saying, her family, too, very much like that, had been involved in the civil rights movement. So it's like, okay, you didn't ask these questions.
I think, and also in times like this, where we literally have a fascist who's leading this country. I think being aware of politics and know where people stand is super important. And also to piggyback back onto what I was saying about Sierra is, okay, that's fine if you're attracted to West, but I'm going to look at West side eye because you're doing a podcast with someone that they have literally labeled online as MAGA Barbie.
Yeah.
I didn't know that she was labeled as MAGA Barbie. The basketball player Sophie Cunningham.
Mm-hmm.
I had always known her as a basketball player, but it wasn't until maybe a year or two ago where I found out what she was labeled online. And I was telling my parents about it, and they're like, "Wait a minute, she labeled what?" I said, "Yeah, it's like I'm looking at you with a side eye, going, who are you associating with?"
And that's her best friend.
This is a person this is your friend, this is your podcast co-host. I'm sorry. I told her, I legit was like, it's one thing if it's your family. I can understand you still want to have ties with your family to a certain extent, but you choose your friends.
Yeah.
And so we don't have time for that, okay? I'm not, but I don't want Sierra to come back to Summer House because I want her to elevate.
Well, she already said that news that she was coming back. I don't know where they heard that from.
Exactly. But I want to leave you on one last thing, and I'm going to go. The new moon in Taurus, people, figure out where, I said 20, I saw you in Femtaro's YouTube chat. The new moon in Taurus is happening at 25 degrees. Pull up your birth chart and figure out where 25 degrees moon is going to be tomorrow. And that's the house that's being activated. That's where you need to set intentions, because whatever you plant seeds in today and tomorrow, you're going to see the growth and the fruit of your labor 6 months from now. That's what all the astrologers are saying. So set your intentions now.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Janelle, for calling in.
Thank you, Kempire. I got to go. Go be fabulous, birthday king. Goodbye.
Bye. I love how she said she's got to go. Okay. Me too. Thank you, Tyrese, for the reminder. Yes, for those that are voting in, or even if you're not voting in the 13th district election happening in Georgia, if you want to see the debate for the candidates, you can follow it on YouTube, Atlanta Press Club on YouTube. Thank you, Tyrese, for reminding. I couldn't remember the name of the YouTube account. So you can actually watch the debate that they had a couple of weeks ago. All right. Last but definitely not least, we're going to bring up Mel. It's been a while. Hold on, Mel. Let me bring you up. There we go. Hey, Mel, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good, and happy birthday to you. I'm sorry I missed those days, but happy birthday. I hope you had a pleasant. It's been really cool here in New York City, so I hope you had a good time.
I did. I had to get out of New York and get some warmth.
Well, it's gonna be warm soon, right?
This weekend.
It's gonna be really warm. First off, I was gonna say Atlanta Housewives. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it this season. It's not perfect, but I think that the conversation about Pinky being aggressive, for me as a viewer, I feel like the girls are still recuperating from what happened with Kenya and Edie last year. I think they don't want any kind of interaction to go left. So anything that's bubbling up that could be potentially explosive, they're like, you know what, last time this happened and almost canceled our show. We had a lot of issues. It caused us a lot of problems, a lot of paychecks, a lot of problems. So we really are trying to now put all this on Pinky, which I don't think is fair. I think that Pinky, I like her. I like the way she talks. I like her energy. She's fast and she's quick with it. I don't think she's perfect either, but I think the girls are just too shy a little bit from what they went through last year. That's why let's be careful. Let's not be too escalated. Let's not get too big.
Let's not go too left.
We don't want this big drama. And so that's what I think was happening with them. But I think also with Shamia and Kelly, I do believe that they, maybe like Bethany said many times, a lot of these women don't be fighting about what we see on the show. Is just fighting about who's positioning themselves, who's getting the screen time. And I think that somehow the word came down that Shamia and Kelly were not the ones that the girls are feeling as deeply. And so they put them into the little side house or whatever it was, and they felt bad about that. So they just started looking for, I'm like, who the hell do they think that Cynthia was Florence from the Jeffersons or something? Why are they trying to get this woman to come up there cleaning and mopping? And I'm like, no, she rented the place, and God help them if it's not the best, but it'll be okay.
Did it look like not the best to you though?
I think one of the callers said it. Cynthia, she's very frugal. She is a very frugal lady. And she is frugal. What can you say? And so I wasn't surprised. It was looking bare bone. It wasn't giving glamour. No, I wasn't surprised by that. No. But was it some toxic waste stuff? No, it wasn't giving that either. So I think that girls would definitely just in their feelings about where their position was for the season, probably, and they just was making a mountain out of a molehill, to be honest with you. But Cynthia was funny. She was very funny. The 50 Cent thing came out real fast. It was sitting there. She cleared a couple of times, and so she was good. I'm really enjoying the season, and yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and K. Michelle, she to me is so underwhelming to me. Because, yeah, she's underwhelming. Listen, any woman, okay, who can put Tamar Braxton into the fetal position just by reading her all these years, the fact that she don't got no fire, no nothing to her. There's nothing. Maybe I don't want nobody to physically fighting, but we see the trailer that she gets a little more comfortable. Yeah. But she seems nervous. and I don't know. She's not really a fit for me. She's a beautiful lady, love her music and all that, but she's a little weird. Her energy is not really. I don't know what to say, but she's definitely, I'll say muted. She's muted and just.
But do you think maybe some of that is because there's been so much conversation about her being on the show and bringing a love and hip hop energy? You think she's pulling back because of that?
Could be. I think that she said one thing. I don't remember. I didn't watch the Love and Hip Hop shows at all. But I remember she went viral many times, and how honest she can be. One thing they would say about her, she could be messy, but she could be in her feelings. She could be very sensitive and very honest. And she was saying to the camera that maybe these girls are some of the girls I can really be friends with. I think she has issues trusting women, probably from her past and from other things. So she's really nervous when it comes to women and trusting them. So maybe that could be it too, that she don't know if she can be as relaxed. Because when she talked about being, maybe she was playing, but she was talking about being bisexual on the holiday,
wasn't playing.
Whatever she said. Right, I was like, okay, girls, it was fun. She was starting to loosen up and starting to be a little more warmer and playful. I like that. I like her being relaxed, I should say. I don't want nobody to be mean and messy, but be more relaxed and be more colorful and I don't know, but she's very muted, and so that was the thing, though. I was surprised by with her because she's legendary when it comes to reading and all that stuff. I don't know her reality stuff, but I do know her feuds, so because of her mouth. So yeah, I'm surprised by her. But yeah, that's all. That's all I can say. And listen, I'm happy I called in. I miss calling in. I miss your show. At least talking to you this way, whatever. And again, happy birthday to you. And
thank you, Mel.
That's it. That's all I can say.
Have a great weekend.
You too. You too.
Take care.
Okay.
Yeah, I have so many thoughts in regards to K. Michelle and how that's playing out. I did want to mention to you guys the ratings. The ratings this week for Real Housewives of Atlanta dropped a little bit, but I'm not concerned. I do feel like we're going to see them do decently this season when it comes to their ratings. As Bravo doesn't just go by the live ratings, they go by what social media is saying, they go by streaming, et cetera, et cetera. But I have to say, for the most part, the ratings have been pretty good. I don't know, did something happen this weekend? Was there a holiday that I missed? I know I was on holiday. But let me see. So according to, shout out to Ratings Bravo on X, Ratings Bravo said episode 6 of season 17 for Real Housewives of Atlanta was 570,000 live viewers in a 0.13 18 to 49 demographic. That's the sweet spot for advertising. They said this is a season low in total viewers for Atlanta. I don't think that's necessarily bad. I'm just a little interested to know why exactly it dropped a little bit this week. Last week it was pretty high. It was like 600 something thousand or something like that. Real Housewives of Rhode Island also saw a little bit of a low as in their viewers with 342,000 viewers as well with a 0.09 18 to 49 demo. Were you guys out doing something? Oh, there was a game. Chef T says the game maybe, I don't know. Oh, it's also Mother's Day. Damn. It was Mother's Day. Mother's Day is a big day. I don't know about you guys, but around the world, everyone is going out to dinner. People are doing things. It's a big holiday. So that makes more sense. People are not around their TVs on Mother's Day. People were taking their mothers out for dinners and things like that. I was away. Okay. It was a holiday. So there we go. So that makes sense. It makes sense. So we'll see what the viewership will be. I will say this, though. I did watch this episode of Atlanta twice. No, more. Hold on. Rewind. Not twice. 4 times. I watched it twice while I was away, and I've watched it twice since I've been back. So that says to me that I'm enjoying Atlanta so far, at least these last couple of episodes. What about you guys? How would you rate it from 1 to 10? If you missed my full recap of Real Housewives of Rhode Island or Real Housewives of Atlanta, you can check that out here on the channel. You can also hear it on the podcast. You can also hear my recap of the final part of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion as well. I did that while I was away. Oh, and there was an NBA game as well. See, look, there was a lot of things going on Mother's Day. Okay. So that might explain why we saw a dip in viewership this week. Thank you guys for reminding me. I was like, what happened this holiday? Because Mother's Day is fantastic, but it's always around my birthday. So I always prioritize my birthday. So thank you all for all the birthday wishes as well. Shout out to our replay crew as well. Shout out to our King's Guards. Shout out to our channel members. Become a member today at teamkempire.com/join. Join our mailing list. I am going to drop another part of my birthday trip update via the mailing list. So if you haven't joined, head on over to thekempire.com/join. That's the link in order to join the mailing list, Kempire's Inner Circle. That's where I'm going to be making announcements before I make them anywhere else. Club KEMPIRE, for those that are part of our Apple Podcast subscription, I am going to drop, maybe tonight I'll work on this episode, where I'll talk more about my trip and the experiences. I talk a little bit about it in the mailing list, but I'll go more in depth. And if I find out more information in regards to some of the things that I'm hearing when it comes to reality television and celebrity, so stay tuned for that. I will see you all in the next one. Again, thank you all for being here. If you haven't liked the video already, what are you doing? Like the video. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, don't forget to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. I appreciate you all being here on this Friday evening. I'm going to go meditate and then I'm going to go hit the streets. All right, just for a walk. That's about it. In my pum shorts. No, it's too cold for the pum shorts. This weekend, though, come Sunday, pum shorts are going to be out. Legs are going to be out. Let me go do leg day. That's what I need to go do. All right, y'all. I will see you all in the next one. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Don't forget to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for more information on the podcast, head on over to KempireRadio.com.